since you mentioned the question of Nazi Germany, do you think that the anti-colonialists undermine their arguments by jumping to judgment with words like genocide, for instance, which, as you rightly point out, I think was not a feature of Australian society, because it immediately puts those sins and evils, whatever they were, on a par with probably the greatest evil in modern history, the extermination of the Jews and so forth. Do we perhaps need to encourage them to moderate their language and be more accurate in what their criticisms are?
The reason they do that, Nick, is that, the British Empire and Australia, like any state, over time contains both evils and goods, right? And we've heard about the evils, the unjust treatment of Aboriginals. But look, Australia quickly became one of the most prosperous countries in the world before the end of the 1800s, and is now one of the most prosperous and liberal countries in the world to live in, right? So there were achievements as well as failures. But the reason the anti-colonialists want to equate British colonialism with Nazism, with Auschwitz and genocide, and saying that Churchill was equivalent to Hitler, is because we all know that some states are so centrally evil that it doesn't matter how many bridges they built or whether they made the trains run on time. That doesn't compensate for the evils of Auschwitz. So that's why the anti-colonialists try and equate British colonialism with Nazism. And as you say, genocide is one way of doing that. And the problem with the word genocide is it's so broadly defined. It needs to be an intentional act of systemic annihilation of a people. And that never happened in Australia, to my knowledge.
Indeed. Nigel, thank you very much. Just your book, Colonialism, A Moral Reckoning, is published by William Collins Books, an imprint of HarperCollins. Thank you very much for joining us today on Battleground.
Great to talk. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.